Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn, bottom left side as the magenta allies, we have kkong76. Bottom left side as the blue allies, which his teammate built the Crusher Crane in the wrong location. We have THC Snip3r with a capital 3. Spawn on the top left side as the green Soviet as random general. On the right side as the yellow allies, we have Aladdin24. So on the right side as the cyan allies, we have Ittoryu. I have no idea how to pronounce that. And so on the bottom right side as the red empire, we have gidobaas. Is that on top of the refinery? I really question that location. Teammate built a Crusher Crane right there of all things. Got a wharf barracks going up, got walls going up. So player will have a late barracks here to secure up his oil derrick. Cyan secured up his. Yellow was quickly secure up his. Red is on to secure up his now. Magenta's not touching this one here. We got a reactor down here by his teammate as well. So Magenta's gone for fast airfield. Do not have a instant dojo going on up. Need to get out some Vindicators there. He's going to bomb it up shortly. We've got a multi-gun turret deployed out by his teammate. And Magenta does wall in the area. Needs to stop some of these walls from there. And takes out the instant dojo there with the Vindicators. Soviet combination advance forward. We've got some bears for escort. Burst drones flying over. We'll see the neutral structure. Realizing, oh, he could have contested that. Wall segment went up by red to be annoying. Very nice. I am curious about this oil refinery. Is it going to be placed? It can be placed. Doggo does go down. We do now have an oil refinery being pulled up by red as well. It's trying to try to secure it up. So the instant dojos received quite a bit of damage, but still alive. Bears get gunned down there. Bombs at charge 4 as well. Get some mutual kills there, but these bears are getting overran. He needs some sickles. Does get a roar off there. Only gets one of those units. Yellow has great engagement right here. Conscript's in point of field. Right now he just needs sickles. Green's MCV. Where is it at? There it is. Green's gone for a fast expansion, and now there's a lot of Imperial warriors here. He may want to eye for some backline sentry guns to use the barracks to trade for some time. Does go ahead and run away now. We have the Apollos, does stick out a Vindicator there for Cyan. And now blue, or magenta. Oh, no, that's blue. Iron for bomb runs there on the oil derrick. Let's get some kills there. Reverse move over those ones. Yellow's being forcing back. Yellow's being a bit passive. He went for his own third expansion as well, so north flank is a little bit quiet. Red has secured up this oil derrick as well. I do got the crowdcopter there, trying to freeze down this ore collector. Got a bit of fire on these guys. Does drop the bomb so a little bit too early, and now got the jet tank to pull on the field. Crowdcopter see a bit of fire there. And that one does go down there. We'll see a bit of fire from these two Vindicators as well. Losing putting more Vindicators down south. Let's get some damage there onto Cyan's Vindicators. Or, yeah. Apollo's not Vindicators. We do have a burst drone on top of that ore collector, which is going to cause some issues. And Green's designed for mass expansion. Yes, the dojo does go down. Red does have a decent defense. He's not expanded out just yet, nor has Magenta. Green has, of course, got his fourth base up and going. Yellow has his fourth base up as well. Actually, Green has 5 bases.
Where's the attack?
All started going down. And blue will save out that Apollo in time. This Apollo will get one more kill before falling back. Does transform in time. Vindicators could finish off these guys. This one's actually stuck inside the statue. Magenta's Vindicators pushing forward. Does bomb off that one. Wait, based on the green glow, he may not even have honorable discharge at the moment. Yellow's now advancing forward with a sizable ground army. Green has one for law expansion, so he has a minimal ground army. Or any army. He's went for another expansion. Green's going too greedy. He's lacking any sort of military force. He's going to get overran relatively shortly. He could trade this base for a bit of time. Magenta does well armor facility as well. He does not even have a war factory at the moment. Has a lot of power plants. So Green needs to get out a war factory, maybe 2 war factories. He's got to be floating a lot of resources probably. Apollo's engaging Apollos. Sign does lose Apollo there. Blue does fall back in some time. Blue will lose 1. And these Mechanics do fall back, and they do have honorable discharge. Yellow, of course, has crushed through that base there. Does lose those Striker VXs. And that barracks does go down as well. Red is now pushing out with some MCV. Does have this naval expansion. Blue's science MCVs in the water as well. And yellow does fall back with his force. We've got a good number of flak troops here, as well as some bears. Needs something a bit more than that. His teammate, I'm not sure what his teammate's pulling out. Just motor gunner IFVs. We'll load up some of those units on the inside and get something unique. Not sure. One Vindicator does go down. The Apollos will be falling back in time. Vindicators may get gunned down once again. And those do go down. Now we've got Guardian takes advance forward. Get some good damage there on the MCV. Does use the laser turret there. He's trying to back up onto those Guardian tanks there. But he will see a bit of fire there. He doesn't really have anything to engage these Guardian tanks at the moment. Red's MCV does go down. Do now have Yellow's MCV now being engaged by a Tesla coil. Do now got a crowd shot in front of both here and here. Those lose through the power plant there. Blue's handful of Guardian tanks are doing surprisingly well. Science Turn advanced force over here. Does have a good number of Guardian tanks here. And as motor gunner IFVs, these Guardian tanks are now being pursued. Magenta has deployed out a Assault Destroyer here. Does get a crush, 2 crushes. Make that multiple Guardian tanks going down to massive crushes there. All the Guardian tanks go down to crushes. That is one of the most successful Assault Destroyers I've ever seen. I'm so surprised he didn't get up to Elite. He only got the Veteran. Yellow does take out another base for Green. That's most advanced forward. They've got a number of peacekeepers and ground troops here, but honorable discharge, in fact, just trying to crush these units of being quite successful there. Blue does not have a proper front line anymore. Hardcore does go down. Vindicator does go down. And looks like Blue's base is starting to be gutted there. Too much anti-aircraft here for Green's. Twin Blades advance down south as well. And Magenta throws on the bottom run there, but let's lose the Vindicator as well. And now I see a bit of fire there. Assault Destroyers are now advancing on to land. And now we do have the Assault Destroyers receive a bit of fire there. Blue is maybe knocked out of the game relatively shortly. He's losing all of expansions. He's down just to a single airfield, it appears to be. There's a couple of units here. Blue may want to back out the game to give some money, infrastructure to his teammate. Got a massive freeze here. His fully heroic Prospector does go down. Now we do have this Peacekeeper. Gains some good kills there. Good stun by the dogs. Magenta gets some dogs over here. And Blue just simply has nothing remaining. But he does have an MCV though. So he's not on the game just yet, and it's probably a good idea. Even if he loses everything, and I'll run out of credits, he should actually stay in the game to get some good protocols there. And those Imperial Warriors ripped apart a good number of dogs there. He does actually save the expansion here. He needs to patch up those walls to save it from those Imperial Warriors. And we do have another airfield deployed out over here. Going for a command hub here. But sure, he does get some cannon shots there. Why are the Apocalypse tanks picked up by Twin Blades? I generally find people who try to do this drop play, it's risky. Twin Blades are not durable platforms. They're not Zocom hammerheads. There's no good thing to deploy them out now, because there's a lot of Striker VXs there. There's a Harpoon Lance there. You may want to follow up some other work there. Does get a good Harpoon. Taking out a number of these tsunami tanks there. Yell's NCV will go down to the Apocalypse tank drop. Wait, and there goes the other Twin Blade that didn't have the Apocalypse tanks had a bunch of flak troops there. It does load him up there, and he will escape out of there. Holy crap! We're actually seeing drop play in Relic 3. Does get everything frozen there. This is a StarCraft 2 idea. You don't see drop play in Relic 3. Magbind's doing some great work. Cryocopters pushing forward. Does going to get them frozen now, so will be crushed now immediately. But what does Yellow have? Yellow still has a naval yard, and that is definitely a MCV there. It appears that he has also at least tier 2 on that naval yard, so does kick out some Naginata cruisers. Red is getting severely gutted. Red's MCV's right here. He will lose space here. Blue is starting to rebuild quite massively. Has an armor facility as well as a couple good expansions here. He may pull out some defenses for him as well. Cyan has this massive army here. Magenta has a massive amount of field, a lot of infrastructure on the field. And he's gunning through Red. Red is basically knocked out of the game, but he still has his MCV, so he should stay in the game to bring some protocol support. Range Refinery does go down. There goes a hammer tank there. Green's MCV is going to get hit. I do see a Natasha on the field, which she will be used for solid infantry. Nothing here to really hard counter her. You perhaps get some pilot snipes off. Try to last some of these tsunami tanks. I'm a bit curious how well Natasha actually gets a bombing run up there. Kirov reported. Does get some bombing runs there. Takes out a point defense drone. Striker VXs do land. She perhaps should pilot snipe on those Striker VXs there. Black Troop is now firing away against these Striker VXs there. These Striker VXs are not good versus infantry. Down south, Magenta's advancing into Magenta's base here. But I am a bit curious about this engagement. Got some Apocalypse tanks here. Natasha is just veteran at the moment. Veteran C1. Get some good get shots or cryocopter play there. Does trying to drop off some single bombs. Magenta has been forced out to sea, and now the sea's being frozen. Yellow has rebuilt his MCV. Green just dropped in some more Apocalypse tanks over here. Now got a fully heroic Apocalypse tank there, allowing him to get high explosive rounds, so get annihilate infantry. We do have a Red engineer here. And Red, what does Red have? An ore refinery. So he has to rely on that single engineer to get a capture on any sort of infrastructure. Get it back in the game. Oxink will be frozen there. And now it will be focused down, but it will be hard to hit that small target there. And the barracks does go down. And there goes the Apocalypse tank. Got some good cryo shots or cryocopter play. Cool sub. Cool sub now engaged in the Naginata cruiser. I think red has been, yeah, red fully backs the game, getting the infrastructure up to yellow. But yellow does have the MCB, has a naval yard, may want to get some tsunami tanks deployed on field. Yellow and cyan are now advancing onto magenta. Blue has a sizable army here of mostly just peacekeepers. They're going to push their way forward. Both the remaining players, one is Empire, one's Allies. Cyan, one is Cyan's base. He does have a MCV and a war factory, multiple armor facilities. Magenta, however, does not have any sort of land. Has some hydrofoils, has quite a bit of naval assets, but not a lot of ground assets. And this is a lot of infantry here. Cyan deploys some cryocopters there, so we got a fully heroic Apollo now moving on forward. And there goes that ore refinery. Apocalypse tank's now firing over here. Yellow does losing his MCV. And losing that naval yard will spell the end of the game is basically for him as well. Yellow's about to lose all of his production capability, can still deploy a mass ore collector, but and the amount of army on the field as well. It would probably be a good idea for him to stay in the game until he loses his army, then back out, give all the economy to his teammate. Because the extra micro capability is very important. You know, he can't bring any protocols anymore. He can't go for more mass ore collector if he so chooses. He's got to make sure he backs out the game last second before he gets completely knocked out to give all the credits that he has stored up to his teammate. Now, it's basically soon to be a 3v1. Or refinery or oil derrick will go down. Magenta still has some assets on the field, and now eyeing for an expansion. 14,000 credits, 17,750 credits. And green drops in more Apocalypse tanks. How is he able to do this? Like, seriously, this is something that should not be possible in a Relic 3 game, but yet somehow he's doing it repeatedly. How is he dropping Apocalypse tanks in the middle of their opponent's base? In fact, there's Apocalypse tanks here trying to... There's more Apocalypse tanks over here. How? How are there Apocalypse tanks everywhere? Does go and harpoon that MCV there, allow him to cure off and finish it off quite easily. Science down to minimal infrastructure, test 2 armor facilities and 1 ore refinery. He may be good idea for Yellow to back out the game now, simply to give all the credits he has stored up to his teammate. Because right now, Cyan does not play, has minimal credits stored up. Cryogeddon will connect, and a good number of these Mirage tanks frozen down. Now we do have a fully heroic cure-off airship. Now he can cycle in gastral burners and get some health regen afterwards. Twinblade does get some good kills down those frozen units. Cyan's about to get knocked out of the game entirely. Is this a slash structure? Cyan needs to back out the game now, or else he will lose everything. The cure-off's not set too aggressive. He's not taking out this infrastructure. Blue is now. And once Cyan loses that power plant, all this stuff will die. And that's why you back out the game before you actually lose. Because now all those assets that Yellow could have used is gone. And Yellow has nothing left on the field. Is Yellow just AFK? Let's fast forward, this game's over. And there we go, looks like Yellow finally back for the game now. This is Aladdin saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.